And it was a result really of a bit of backlash against the boys' club.
Okay.
Competition against their Christmas jumper party or their gentleman's lunch.
Their gentleman's lunch, yeah. So we've always been really clear that it wasn't for any kind of financial gain.
More people wanting to find friends and build their relationships, and that's why it's expanded.
It's just grown organically, hasn't it? And I think the people that have joined have made it. They've, started sharing ideas, CVs, and it's just really good recommendations of companies. I think
There's
it's
a
just
lot of recommendations,
great.
actually, and good recommendations. And considering the industry is so vast, there's a lot of people in there that bring a lot of different things and knowledge.
It's become the new tool. If you need a certain supplier or you're looking for something, you can just post and everybody shares, and there's no competition on there.
Hi guys, welcome to your own podcast. So today, we're going to talk about the concept of Fitout Superwoman. You guys are the founding members. So let's start with quick introductions.
So I'm Nicola Trivett, General Manager for Summertown Interiors.
I'm Gemma Hughes, Head of KBM Furniture.
And I'm Emily Perkins, and I work for EOMAC Acoustic Treatments I'm a sales manager.
And who got this idea?
It was kind of a combined effort, right? So
I think we were almost a self-appointed, unassigned events committee initially, and then it's just grown from there, really.
Yeah.
I think it started, 3 years ago with a...
No, we're more than that. I think we were 7 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was a result really of a bit of backlash against the boys' club.
Okay.
So I think...
Competition against their Christmas jumper party or their gentleman's lunch.
Their gentleman's lunch, yeah. So I think 7 years ago, Dubai was a bit of a different place, and not all of our companies at the time celebrated Christmas.
Right.
So we were like, why don't we... It started as a Christmas lunch, basically. Just a group of, I think there was maybe 14 of us at the first Christmas lunch. Obviously started by the 4 of us, and just kind of grown organically, really, from then. So, yeah.
And now you have around 300 members.
Come on, Ritika, it's like 670.
Yeah, I was waiting for that reaction that it's double the number now.
607 in the group,
Yes.
and we've got 2 other extension groups. So we've got the Superwoman Recruitment, and we've got
That's
Superwoman
great.
Outdoor group as well. So, yeah.
So what was the purpose behind it? I'll just invite Claire, and then, you guys can chat about that.
Okay,
Your
brilliant.
4th member.
Hi, I'm Claire Spring, and I'm Managing Director of INC Interiors, a UAE business.
You don't often hear us lost for words, do you? I think the concept, really, it wasn't a concept to start with, right? Girls, it was just really, we're actually really good friends inside of industry and outside of industry. And I think for me, it's having a bit of a girls' tribe behind us. I don't know what it's like for you girls, but for me, it's the reliance that we have on each other.
Yeah.
And that extra support. And it's kind of just grown from there.
It was also on email initially, and that was a nightmare, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because everyone kept changing their email addresses, and then it went onto a WhatsApp group.
It's just grown organically, hasn't it? And I think the people that have joined have made it. They've, started sharing ideas, CVs, and it's just really good recommendations of companies. I think
There's
it's
a
just
lot of recommendations,
great.
actually,
Yeah.
and good recommendations. And considering the industry is so vast, there's a lot of people in there that bring a lot of different things and knowledge.
It's become the new tool. If you need a certain supplier or you're looking for something, you can just post and everybody shares, and there's no competition on there. It doesn't feel like it's just a promotion.
You've got to keep the dog adoption and cat adoption out though, right?
Yeah. True.
We've got to keep an eye on them, or selling your sofa.
No.
Yeah.
No sofa
Declaring
selling.
you're single.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been tough though, I think, just trying to keep it to that and keep the essence of it. And we've always been really clear that it wasn't for any kind of financial gain.
Yeah.
To be clear that we do not get anything out of doing this at all. It's like generally just...
It's a second job for Nicola, really, I
Yeah.
suppose. She governs it very well.
Yeah.
It's just a case of keeping on top of it though. But for me, it just goes back to the essence of what us 4 have got here is kind of transpired the rest of the group, right? And that's the nice part about it.
Well, I was 10 years in London, and there was just nothing like that going on at the time. And I think it was, great that we started this platform, because I think there's so many people moving to Dubai all the time, joining the industry, and just don't know where to start. I think for those people, it's really useful as well. It's like it's a starting point, isn't it? To get to know people. I know people have now met friends and become really close with other people. I think it's what it's about.
I think especially with the subgroups, the recruitment group as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great if you are either looking for a job, or if you are recruiting, and you can almost hide behind a screen, you know, because there are people that don't necessarily want to be completely open about looking for new opportunities and things like that. So it's a really useful platform.
And it's really interesting because I actually bumped into someone the other day and she said to me, oh my goodness, she said, do you know I got my role through the Superwoman group? And I was like, really? Another one?
Nice.
And she was like, yeah, such and such saw my CV and contacted me. And I think I know of at least 6 or 7 ladies in the
That's
group
great.
who have been employed because their CVs have been on the group and word of mouth. And I know there's also another handful of ladies that have come from the UK or from Turkey or wherever, where they've been put in the group and that's helped them when they've
I've
landed
actually
here.
received phone calls like, I've lost my job, what am I going to do? And you're like, you're on the recruit group. If you're not, I'll add you. Someone's told me to ring you. And you just generally help each other out, right?
Yeah.
I think there's the counter of when people are either looking to hire or looking for the job, and then people are applying, and we've all been ghosted in one way or another, from job applications to dating and whatever else. I think maybe there are instances where people get frustrated, and then we've had maybe 1 or 2 situations on the group where they've voiced maybe frustrations.
Yes.
Or privately.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, it's a platform, right? And I don't...
The good, the bad and the ugly.
Yeah, exactly. And look, if I get a call one morning and one of the ladies from the group said, I really didn't want to call you, Nicola, but I feel I need to call you. Somebody's been really rude in the background. And look, I'm not a mum here in this group. Like, this is not... It's not for me. We're all grown adults at the end of the day. But, you know, we need to be polite and have respect across the board. But... You know, we've had a couple of ladies that have been really quite rude on the group, and also we've had people think that we gain something out of this, but categorically we don't. It's actually, there's nothing. We don't gain anything out of the group. We've been very clear. There's no sponsorship, nothing.
No.
We get joy from the group.
It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not looking for financial gain, and everybody achieves something from it. Like, personally, I seen someone saying, oh, have you got this product? Anybody know anyone got this product in the UAE? Responded to them promptly, and I obtained a job from that, which is great. But such as, do we want to do anything other than the 2 events that we do actually organise?
And continue to be that, like we said, that one place that you can go to. If you've got a query, if you've got comments, if you want to share feedback on something, like share a lead or help anybody in the industry, that's where you go. I think if you just kind of keeping regular tabs on the WhatsApp group, it's like the place to go to. I think that's all we want, isn't it? It's to be somewhere that's support for any female working in any part of the fit out industry that can go.
Yeah, just genuine support. We really, I don't think it's going
What's
anywhere.
also great about the group is that I have seen many events that I haven't
Heard about.
heard about or seen advertised anywhere else. So people are promoting their particular things or their business or showroom openings or, you know, design weeks coming up. So there's a lot of promotion of like things happening and things that you're not necessarily always aware of. So it's nice to...
I like it when someone's been promoted and then everybody praises them as well. It's
Yeah,
like everyone's genuinely like
Yeah.
pleased when people find a new job or get a promotion. It's nice.
Yeah.
Kind of, shows that there's no competition in the group.
Yeah.
It's nice.
What would also be nice, because it is so large now, I will be completely honest and actually know and have conversations with a really small percentage of the people in the group. So understanding who all of the members are really a little bit more, and, you know, what they bring to the table or what they're looking to gain would be quite interesting.
So name badges for the Christmas lunch this year.
That would be lovely. Yes.
You can be in charge of that then.
Well volunteered, Gemma.
Yeah. You'll be writing them for the next 3 months. Good job.
You'll have to get started now, 659.
Or we could just drop a little message. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah. Because the other thing is, right, like people, I know I struggle with names and faces because people will always call, hi, Nicola. And I'm like, oh, hi.
Yeah.
Like, I've no idea who you are because it's a bit of a faceless group, right? Because it is a WhatsApp group. So it's not like it's social media where you see people's profile pictures or, and a couple of times we've put on it, okay, introduce yourself, tell us your companies, blah, blah, blah. But if you think if the 600 and odd people all put a message on there, you would never get to the end of the list.
Yeah.
But, and this is why the subgroups have kind of been created, right? So that it's not bombarding the group. But again, like for me, seeing the ladies going out wake surfing at the weekend, I thought that was awesome. Like, and now I'm thinking I might actually go wake surfing. Don't hold me to it, ladies, but maybe one day you
Let's
never
get
know.
your hair wet for that.
Oh no, we can't be doing that unless there's a salon nearby, right? I'm sure someone can recommend a salon on the group.
I'm sure.
I'll be up for the blow dry.
Yeah,
Only for that.
I thought you were going to say
I'll be
something
down
else
for
then.
that. I'll be down for the blow dry.
Aren't you just? Did it have a different name initially?
Christmas jumper,
Christmas
lunch group.
jumper party, yeah. And then it just...
And then I
there's-
think we asked, didn't we? We said, okay, we got suggestions for the group. And then someone came up with Superwoman Fitout. And that's kind of where it went
I'm going to
from.
put that down to you, Nick. I think that's probably take credit for that one.
I actually can't take credit. I don't think it was me. I think it was actually Sam from Art Painting Lab that came up with it. But I might be wrong. I don't know.
I think it was only women initially because it was a challenge. We want a Christmas jumper to compete with the gentleman's lunch. They have their thing, we have ours. But I think whilst theirs is maintained the same amount of people, ours is just more people wanting to find friends and build their relationships. And that's why it's expanded and it's just grown.
Yeah.
I don't think it was like, oh, we want to eliminate men necessarily, but it always
No,
was
not at
just
all.
for us women.
Yeah.
So
And,
why include them?
It was never going to be, it wasn't supposed to be anything other than a WhatsApp group to arrange a Christmas lunch.
party. Yeah.
And it's just kind of gone on from there.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think it was a deliberate movement. It
Yeah.
was just how it established, and then we've just kind of continued it from there, haven't we?
Yeah.
And it's now just a safe place that people can feel they can comment and
yeah.
perhaps not feel judged because it's females only. Just
Yeah.
can put themselves out there a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, we're not saying, we've always got the odd one that turns up at the end of
I
the
was
Christmas
just
lunch.
about to say that.
Let's not name names, but there's one person in particular.
That always turns up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just a case of it being it's our thing, isn't it? So yeah, I think it's not that no male's allowed or
No,
anything
not
like
at all.
that, but it's just more a support thing and to make sure that it's kept, as Claire says, a safe space.
I mean, every year the Christmas lunch has grown vastly, and now people are almost chasing goals like, what's the date for the lunch? Or I've told such and such, can you add them? They'd like to join. Or as companies grow as well, certain teams, they'll
Add their colleagues in, and my friend wants to find a job in the UAE
Yeah.
or whatever.
yeah. And, it's a fun afternoon. You get to wear a Christmas jumper.
Just completely word of mouth, right? So it's 100% just, the amount of people I meet and they'll be like, oh, I want such and such to be in this group and I've given her your name and can I add? And I'll get messages not only in the group to add people, but I'll get messages directly to say, can you add such and such to the group? And it's keeping on top of that. So ladies, can you please send contact cards,
Yes.
not names and numbers? Like,
Yes.
honestly, it's so much easier if you get a contact card to add. We did have, because the group was so much smaller in the start, we had about 40 people as admin, but we had to change that recently because people were adding and removing people. And one thing we really want as the ethos is it's an inclusive group, and we don't know everyone that's in the group. So no one has a right to add and remove. Anyone will be added, but we won't remove someone unless there's a specific reason. And I think there's only 2 people actually been removed from the group over time. But it's really important to us that it's inclusive and no one's sort of removed or excluded from it. And I think that's why it works as well, because you can be added if whether you're a contractor or a supplier,
Candlestick
an
maker.
artist, a marketing person, anybody that works.
Designers also.
Yeah, designers,
PMs.
like it's open to the full industry, so it's
Just can't become an advertising tool. That's what we just don't want to do when people flood it with just
Yeah, every now and then you
promoting
see
yourself,
someone just
yeah.
start and they furniture again. And you're like,
yeah,
no.
yeah. It's a resource, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not about, well, I work from such and such, so let's give that. And occasionally we let it slide if someone's new to the group and they sort of want to give a brief about who they are and what they do. But we try to keep on top of that and be fair. The same with charities, and I know that sounds a bit harsh, but we try to keep the charity stuff out of the group as well, because there's so many other groups, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, where, as I know we were joking about the cats and the dogs, but like there's so many other drivers for that elsewhere. And I think that's why the group's quite successful as well and has grown organically, is because you're not getting bombarded with that, come and buy this cute dog. Not buy, sorry, adopt.
No, it was buy.
I did say buy,
It
didn't
was
it?
buy. Nope.
Even the
puppy
maroon
farms to a
leather
minimum.
chair, no thank you.
I don't think there's ever been an instance where we've disagreed with a decision that's gone on.
We're all fairly chilled people, aren't we? Four of us are quite laid back, actually. So
Yeah, I
we're
actually can't think of any time we've ever disagreed on
About
anything.
the group or in general as well, like both. I don't think there's been an instance at all in all of the years.
I might have had an issue with the purple once.
Oh, yeah.
I might have put my foot down with the
Yeah.
purple theme.
But that's because it was Women's Day and purple is for Women's Day, not because I like purple.
It was a big push.
Yeah, purple's
debate.
not my
There was a
colour
big push
either.
from
It's
you there.
coincidental that Women's Day is represented by purple.
Pink I was happy with, purple.
No.
No, I think like we're all very similar in backgrounds and got the same sort of ethical background. I think that helps, that we don't really have that. And none of us are in competition with each other, right? Like, I mean, I think it's the opposite. It's about supporting each other rather than being in competition. I mean, Claire, we are direct competitors, like
Professionally.
professionally, and it never actually
Comes
makes
up. Never comes
or
up,
comes
does
up
it?
or makes a
No,
difference. In
no.
fact, probably you're my go-to for like sounding off. Like
This is what
obviously
I
we don't talk
yeah.
details, but
Yeah.
like and the same with the ladies. Like and again we're all mums as well, so you know I think
Well, we've all been females in a, slightly male-dominated industry for such a long time that we know what it's like to not feel support.
Yeah.
I think that's why we try and offer, because we know what it's like.
yeah.
And then try and support each other and, other women in the fit-out industry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless it was something that had directly upset any one of these, then yeah. But I mean, I would probably unstamp in it and delete the group completely if they've done something to upset all those friends. Be like, go it yourself then. So, no, I think we support. I mean, obviously, if any of us are to move countries, then we probably would leave it.
Yeah.
But other than that,
I wouldn't, because I'm too nosy.
Yeah, I would stay in all three and then maybe pop
Scream
up
in the
for
background.
wakeboarding.
Yeah.
But no, I don't see any reason why that would happen anyway.
I would remain in the group.
You're nosy too.
I'm also nosy. From the background, yeah, hiding in the shadows. I believe it's your personal, not personal gain as such, but my own interests is why I remain in the group. And I don't think, like Emily said, unless I left Dubai and it wasn't relevant to my, life or job anymore, there'd be no reason.
Will the group fall apart if you leave?
Yes.
I think, yes, we
Someone would actually have to
to
delete Nicola.
We'd recruit
Yeah.
for
For a new
extra
Nicola.
support.
You need
We'd have
admin.
to.
Yeah. Emily's always there adding. Sometimes I'll just double check, has this person been
I'm
added?
watching you as well.
Yeah, and I'm like, that
Oh,
would great.
I'm gonna have to do
Emily's
it.
jump on that one.
Yeah.
But
Have you noticed I've stopped jumping on the ones that you have to add as a contact because it's a pain? It's like, can you add my mate Dave or whatever? And like, does Dave working in which scenario?
Is
Or,
Dave a woman?
and are we allowed to
Davinda.
ask that?
Well, exactly.
Yeah, well, that's a whole different
We
conversation.
probably have got
I think.
Dave's on there.
Yeah, I've
I
heard
do
that.
believe there is
man on there.
possibly, yeah.
I've been
guy.
asked by a man if he can join, and I'm like,
no.
Is it the same person that shows up at the do?
no, it isn't actually, but I'm sure he would love to.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd love it.
Yeah, I mean, I think as long as it's relevant to the career and the job and the industry, then I would stay involved. But it wouldn't be the same without these girls.
I think it wouldn't be the same without these girls, because there's a core group in there, and it's quite nice because I was speaking to one of the younger girls from the industry who's relatively new, and she was saying they've now started a sort of separate group on the side as well. So they, out of our group, they've kind of now built their own small network. And
that's good.
There's sort of like a younger network. And it's funny because she said, oh, we've not invited you, but you're more than welcome. And I'm like, no, it's okay. I'm okay with
I want you to do their admin.
I
I want you to organise it for them.
I'm like, no, you go ahead and do what you like.
Oh, that's nice.
It's just organic growth. And I think this plus there's a handful of around 10 other ladies that's really our core network. And
I think spin-offs is what it's all about. It should be that people that particularly is part of a certain trade or certain supply group or certain designers can actually get together and do spin-offs. I think it's nice.
Yeah.
I think that's good. That's what it's all
Personality
about.
types as well. I think you find your own.
Yeah.
You know?
And we're getting a little bit older as well.
A little bit.
And I'm not wanting to go out
Speak for
partying all the
yourself.
time. I know, but there is that, like, we let you in this older group, Gemma.
And there's just periods of time where we all get so busy. We all know what it's like. So it becomes difficult, doesn't it?
Each one of you has like a full-time job. How do you make time for this, and who's the most active?
Do you mean active as in sport? Because I like a sofa surf.
You're like on the group, it's
I mean, I think it's obvious. Nicola
Yeah, I think it's
is
This is definitely the most active.
the
Then-
most active.
Yeah.
And I do think you take on a lot more than I will definitely say myself. I know Emily is quite active too. But you're definitely always the one that ensures that we're up together and planning whatever event that it is, if it's Ladies' Day or if it's Christmas jumper or whatever other event.
Part
might
of
be.
the adding is where do they work, so that I can stalk them in my own time. So that I do get some benefit.
No, I think. Look, to be honest, it doesn't take a huge amount of running, right? And the events are actually relatively easy now to arrange as well. Like now that it's kind of automated and it's a kind of copy and paste each year. If we have to move location or venue, then obviously there's a bit more work involved there.
There's a possibility that might actually need to be done because we are growing. So
Well, exactly, and it's how to accommodate the amount of people. And none of us are events people, and we do have a day job, right? But for me, it comes back to the core of I just don't want anyone to feel left out.
Yeah.
It's just that's.
I think it's the support that other people offer. So if somebody's looking for something, it shouldn't be down to us to kind of be
No, they-
recommending. It's nice that people just jump in and
Yeah.
go, oh, you're looking for this? I could find it here, or we do this, or we do that. That's kind of where it gets legs, doesn't it? Is that everybody helps. So it doesn't become just, you and Emily, and sometimes Gemma, replying to everybody. It's a team effort. It's people genuinely reading it and going, I can help that person, or okay, please share their CV privately or whatever. And then I think that's where the benefit comes of the group.
I think one big thing, and it goes back to why the group's there, and obviously from a development point of view, we don't want to make it a members group or anything, but we do want to be inclusive. So I think the thing is the realness of not only us, but a lot of the ladies that are in the group. So we have decided to put together a series of these podcasts. You'll be excited to know. I know the ladies are super excited about it and can't wait.
Stepping out right now.
So I think we'll be between 8 and 10 small sound bites, and it'll be real issues, right? I mean, we're all mums. There's all major issues. We're all women in construction. We're all facing lots of issues. It's not going to be your typical self-development stuff, but more issues that are real to us
and relatable.
and relatable.
For females.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that we all got here today is an achievement in itself. You've no idea
many
how long
weeks
it's taken
have you
us to
tried
get
plan
here.
this? How many weeks?
So when we say we're going to do a series of podcasts, let's just watch the space.
Might take 10 years to do 10.
Yeah.
But
We're in our 50s.
the aim is to try. So there's a few people that we've already sort of highlighted that we'd love to have on it and just have a chit chat and be informal about it. But I think it's exciting and it'll be good to do it. And it's a bit different, right? It's not going to be your usual sort of topics that are out there. And so watch the space.